welcome to Classical Piano Workshop. I'm going to help you learn this song. It's the second minuet in Suzuki Piano Book 2. So here we go. I'm going to do the right hand first, then the left hand, and help you get through some of the more difficult spots. Benny is not going to do this one today. It's just going to be me. Okay, here we go. Right hand. Oops. Okay, this opening phrase is one of the hardest things in the piece, and it happens about 14 times, so you might want to practice this. It's a good idea to do that 1-2 fingering because you want to make those notes a little bit softer. That's the only reason really for doing it. Yes, it's like soft and softer. Next phrase. Now, that fingering is odd, 5, 4, 3. They just do it that way to help you connect the notes together because from there to there to there, you can really connect those notes. End softly right there. Make that a soft note. Then it's back to our main theme. And then the closing phrase. Now that phrase has a triplet. Can you find it? So one way to get that triplet to be perfectly even is to do it 3 times. Like that. That's just for practice, of course. And here it is the right way. Since this piece is in 3 beats in each measure, you don't want to accent the second beat. And in this measure with the triplet, it's real easy to hit this note too hard. So be a little stronger on the triplet and a little softer on your thumb. And then end it softly. Okay, and that section repeats. Now let's do the B section. Again with the 1-2 there. Make sure you start on your 4th finger up here. It's much easier than 5. So let's start the B section again. And that's the end of the B section. Then the A section takes over again. This phrase, starting at measure 25. Do the fingering 5-4, then 3-4, 3-4 again, and memorize that. Memorize everything, but especially that. And then back to the A section. The last part of this section really is just like the beginning. Okay, and a few things that some Suzuki teachers like to teach, because they teach the twinkle thing with the fingers moving, is to try to kind of grab those top notes. Because those are the stronger beats. But don't overdo it. Don't do this. That's just too much. Just keep your fifth finger nicely curved so it's strong. A curved finger is stronger than a flat finger because the flat finger will kind of go like that and bend down the wrong way. But if you keep it curved, it's stronger. Okay, let's take the left hand now. Now the left hand melody doesn't quite make as much melodic sense as the right hand. It's a good melody, but to really learn it well, you should probably count the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. And right here is one of the hardest things for the left hand. Okay, don't use your third finger at all. Use 5, 4, no matter how small your hands might be. 5, 4, 2, 1. Come down the same way, and the first time you'll end back on G, the next time you'll come down and end on C. Okay, so here it is from the beginning with counting. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, now different books have different fingering for this little part here. So I'm kind of doing it an old way, where you put your thumb up here on F sharp, cross over, then use 5, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2. But I think the newer versions of the book go like this. You reach up with 2, then 1, and then you can just do 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2. So the difficulty there is the big stretch, because you're going like this. You're on 5. That's a big stretch for small hands to get to 2, but it doesn't have to be connected really. You could do it like that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, now we're getting to the last part of the A section, measure 13. And even though it's like a C major chord, you're going to start with your third finger here because you just ended here. All right, so it's, and then 5 next. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and if you count while you learn it and while you play it a few times, it will help you memorize it. I don't know why that works, but it does. All right, let's go on to the B section, starting on E. Okay, I'll do each little phrase twice, and you can stop the video if you like and practice. All right, next phrase. This is a tricky one here. You start on your thumb, cross over, and then you will use your third finger on this little figure here. So third finger going up, but fourth finger coming down, so you can end on E like that, and then we'll go on. Notice how I went and used my third finger here right next to my thumb. So I would have enough fingers there. Okay, moving on. And again, the fingering is pretty important here. 4, 3, and 1. Okay, all quarter notes, so we won't count this. again. Next phrase. And now we're back to the A section again that we already know. So again here. Yeah, I think I should have started on my second finger. Okay, it is really helpful when studying music like this. It's very helpful to memorize each hand. And so I have done that, and I now will put hands together. But use your book to help you, even if you have it memorized, use your book to help you put it together correctly. You know, you want to check things like your fingering and make sure you're playing notes at the right time. Okay, here we go. Okay, there's a lot to get right in this little section. The fingering down here, the 1, 2 right there. Now that's the old style of fingering. I'll do it again with the fingering that's probably in your book. Common mistake right here is to accidentally play another note with the left hand. And actually it's okay, in some versions it has it like this with 2 of those Ds. But your book probably says this, just that 1 D, then the D comes with the F sharp here. And that whole section repeats, of course. Now let's go to the B section. All right, again. Next part. Notice I ended on my 4th finger here. I went up with 3, came down with 4. Again. Start with your thumb here too. And it's good practice to, work on these little small sections, like 2 measures at a time. Next part. That part right there is like a little connector that puts one section to the other. So sometimes I stop before it, and sometimes I just go ahead and add that in. Let me do this again, though. All right, fingering will really help you. 5, 4, make sure you do it. Now 3, 4. And while you did that one, you had to go 4, 3, 1 at the same time. So again. Then 3, 4 again. And the last part. So that whole phrase again. Next. And then we're back to the A section. And then all that repeats. Let me think. Is there anything else I can help you with on this piece? Well, just, memorize each hand and then hands together very, very slowly, working on small sections, 2 or 4 measures. And that's the hardest thing, I think, for students to do, is to stop themselves at the end of a phrase and go back and do it again. Because you have to find where you have to find where to put your fingers to get started again. And it is hard to do that. It is hard to practice this way. But it gives you the best results. So good luck learning this piece. See you again real soon. I'm going to keep going on Suzuki Book 2, then I'm going to go to Book 3, then I'm going to go to Book 4, then I'm going to go to Book 5.